Have you ever tried this? Really tried this? You lie down at night, close your eyes, tell yourself, okay, brain, enough for today, let's sleep. And your brain says, cool idea. Anyway, remember that awkward thing you said 5 years ago? Yeah, that. If your mind never shuts up, welcome. You're completely normal. But the real question is, why does the mind never stop thinking? Why can't it just take a break like we do? Here's the simple truth. Your mind was never designed to be quiet. It was designed to protect you. Thinking is its full-time job. And honestly, it takes that job way too seriously. Thousands of years ago, constant thinking kept humans alive. Is that sound a predator? Is this food safe? Is that person a threat? Back then, overthinking meant survival. Today, overthinking means replaying a conversation from last week while brushing your teeth. Same brain, different problems. The mind doesn't understand time the way you do. To your brain, past, present, and future all feel like right now. That's why a memory from years ago can suddenly make your heart race, or a future worry can ruin a perfectly good afternoon. The brain's logic is simple. If I keep thinking, maybe I can prevent pain. The problem is, it keeps thinking even when there's nothing to fix. Another reason the mind never stops is because it hates uncertainty. The brain loves answers, clarity, and control. But life is messy, unclear, unpredictable. So when the brain doesn't have answers, it fills the gap with thoughts. What if this goes wrong? What if they don't reply? What if I fail? It's like your brain opening 47 tabs at once and refusing to close any of them. And let's talk about silence for a second. Silence makes the mind louder. During the day, noise keeps thoughts busy. Work, people, notifications, random scrolling. At night, when everything slows down, the mind finally gets center stage. That's why the moment you try to relax, your brain suddenly remembers every mistake you've ever made. It's not trying to hurt you. It just finally has your attention. Here's a funny but painfully accurate example. You decide to meditate. You sit down, close your eyes, breathe deeply, and say, I'll think about nothing. And within 3 seconds, your brain goes, did you reply to that message? What if they're mad? Also, what's for dinner tomorrow? The mind hates being told to stop. The more you command it to be quiet, the louder it gets. It's like telling a hyperactive kid to calm down and watching chaos unfold. The mind also never stops thinking because it's addicted to stimulation. Thoughts give the brain something to do. Even negative thoughts feel better than boredom to the brain. That's why it would rather worry than stay empty. An empty mind feels unsafe to it. Thinking gives it purpose, even if the thoughts are useless, repetitive, or completely imaginary. Emotions play a huge role too. Thoughts and emotions are best friends. When you feel stressed, anxious, lonely, or even excited, the mind reacts by thinking more. Emotions trigger thoughts, and thoughts trigger more emotions. It becomes a loop. For example, you feel a little anxious, your mind thinks, why do I feel anxious? That thought increases anxiety, which creates more thoughts. Congratulations, you're now trapped in a mental hamster wheel. Another reason the mind won't shut up is because it wants closure. Unfinished situations bother the brain. Unsaid words, unanswered questions, unclear endings. These things keep the mind active. That's why breakups, conflicts, and uncertainty are thinking fuel. The brain keeps replaying scenarios, hoping to reach a conclusion that brings peace. Spoiler alert, it rarely does. And let's not forget modern life. We constantly feed the brain information. News, social media, opinions, content, comparisons. The brain doesn't get time to digest anything. So when things finally slow down, all that information spills out as thoughts. Your mind isn't overactive because something is wrong with you. It's overactive because it's overstimulated. But here's the most important thing to understand. The mind never stopping doesn't mean you're weak, broken, or failing at life. It means you're human. A thinking mind is a living mind. The problem isn't that thoughts appear. The problem is when we believe every thought is true, important, or urgent. You don't have to stop your thoughts to find peace. That's impossible. Peace comes when you stop fighting them. Thoughts are like background noise. The more attention you give them, the louder they feel. The moment you stop arguing with your mind and let thoughts pass, they slowly lose power. Not immediately, slowly, like waves calming down after a storm. One day, you'll realize something interesting. The mind still thinks, but it doesn't control you the same way. Thoughts come and go, but they don't decide your mood anymore. And that's real mental strength, not silence. Awareness. So the next time your mind refuses to shut up, don't panic. Don't judge yourself. Just remember, your brain isn't your enemy. It's just doing what it learned to do. You don't need to shut it down. You just need to stop letting it run the show. Because the mind may never stop thinking, but you don't have to listen to every thought it creates.